news is they still do have TB12, but does that mean as much as it used to? It's a fair question. You heard Dan Orlovsky, they as well say they're the most unimpressive team I watched. Keep in mind, that was 24 hours after they won a game against the red-hot Minnesota Vikings. The bar has changed a little bit. It's time for Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. Again, we're presented by Progressive Insurance. All of our guests on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line, including Damian Woody, who you heard there as well on the way at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Simply put, after game number 1 against the Saints, Bruce Arians came out and said, I don't know why Tom missed those throws in his first game as a member of the Bucs wearing that pewter. I mean, the Saints didn't do anything we weren't expecting, and then the criticism just rolled on all the way through, even through portions of their game against Minnesota on Sunday. But if you ask Arians, he thinks you got it all wrong. He's not jumping on Tom.
I don't know why anybody's criticizing Tom. I mean, what he did at the end of the half and to start the second half is very, very few teams can score 17 points in a matter of 5 or 6 minutes. No matter if we don't make a first down on the first 2 third downs, I don't care if we finish the half with 17 points. I don't give a how we start. So I mean, yeah, he's not getting enough credit for what he's doing.
Again, referencing that win over the Vikings in the criticism that is now coming in wins. Key, I think the conventional wisdom is there's some sort of tension between BA and TB12. But you played in Tampa. You know Bruce Arians. He's saying no such thing, and you kind of agree.
Well, it's just not Bruce Arians. His coaches all around. And I think in what happens in these situations is people will take what Bruce said earlier about there were guys that were open, we missed some throws, and they take that as criticism with Tom or any player for that matter when you're having a conversation, and they run with it, and it must be some sort of tension going on. They're not on the same page. All of those sort of things, and understanding and knowing Bruce Arians as a head coach, this is who he is. It's not personal at all. It's not like he doesn't like Tom Brady. He doesn't want Tom Brady to be the quarterback. I think for whatever reason, people like to drum things up and make it more and sensationalize it more for clickbait. I don't see where there's no major issues. He's the head coach. If he says that, hey, we missed some throws, we missed some throws. What's the big deal? What's the big deal about it? Because you know why? Because you never seen Bill Belichick do that. And because Bill Belichick didn't do it for 20 years, it's something new to your ears and your eyes. So all of a sudden, a new quarterback that comes over from the New England Patriots with 6 Super Bowls and 9 appearances, no one should ever say anything about Tom Brady at all. Everything should be roses. And it doesn't work that way.
I'm sorry. Is Bruce Arians the only one who's allowed to say something critical about Tom Brady? Like, is it in the contract that he has with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that he's the only person specified in the world to say something critical about Tom Brady? You can't be critical somewhat of a degree, even if it's not personal, Key, of your quarterback, and then try to throw shade at other people for being critical of your quarterback. Like, it sounds hypocritical. And look, I understand this is the way Bruce Arians coach. I get this is his MO. This is the way that he's built. But you can't sit up there at the podium after it's been a multitude of games where you may not have said Tom Brady's name, but you've talked about misread coverages. You've talked about Mike Evans being open. You've talked about things that you want to see your quarterback improve on. And then when the media takes that and they start running away with that narrative, considering all the firepower that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have and what it may be unrealistic, but internally, even I think they had higher expectations even for where they are right now. I don't think they expected to be blasted, 38-3 by the Saints, get swept by the Saints. I don't think they expected to be in those situations. But you can't be then hypocritical and then throw shade towards the media for being hypocritical of Tom Brady, a person that you've been critical of the whole time. It just doesn't seem like that makes sense, doesn't it?
For me, I don't have a problem with it. I understand where he's coming from. The media, and it's not necessarily whoever, the media, social media, whatever the case may be, they jump on stuff and they run with it and try to create something more than what it is. Like he said, Tom Brady, you won the game, first of all. Tom Brady put up the points necessary to win the football game against the Minnesota Vikings. Now, when you start to look at things and you start to try to poke holes in things, you can come up and set any type of narrative about a situation you choose to do so. I don't see where there's an issue with the two. Tom Brady has never gone on record with anybody saying he has an issue with Bruce Arians' coaching style and vice versa with Bruce and Tom Brady. That's all I'm seeing.
I hear you, Key, but we talked about this though too. I mean, the Vikings left 13 points on the board.
Doesn't matter how many points they left. Doesn't matter.
I understand, but but Key, you know how you win matters though. I mean, I know a win is a win, but you still break down film. You still understand how
they
you
may
won.
not win. They may not win another game this year scoring 30 or more points. They may not win another game this year, but they may win games. And as long as they're winning games, why do they have to be the 2008 New England Patriots or the 2019 Kansas City Chiefs? Why can't they just win at the style in which they are? It's because your eyes have told you for 15 years that Tom Brady has done it this way, and you seeing him doing it a different way, and you keep trying to rub your eyes to clear yourself up because what you're seeing you don't like. That is what is going on. Not you personally, people.
But you can understand how it looks optically, though, right? How it looks for Bruce Arians. And I like maybe he's taking a different approach where he's trying to back his quarterback for the first time. I like that. It's just a different approach than what he's had the entire year. It's a different approach.
And because it's new and it's a different approach and people aren't used to seeing it. That's all. They're just not used to seeing it.
Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. Last thing I would add there is that this is nothing new for BA. He is used to managing big quarterback personalities. Remember, in his career, Bruce Arians, he's been around Big Ben, he's been around Peyton Manning, he's been around Carson Palmer. So going toe-to-toe with Tom Brady, certainly Brady's the GOAT, but he certainly has a lot of experience mixing it up with the biggest names that have played the most important position in the NFL. He's used to it, that's for sure. On the way, Trevor Lawrence's path to the NFL, not as simple as it seems. And for proof, just go back to two of the best quarterbacks of their eras.